Yes, people, and welcome back to an Idiot Recaps, the series where I give a quick recap of the last Brighton game, single out some players, and have a look at what's next for us. Thankfully, the international break is over, but not without its victims. Right, and yeah, let's just get into the game. Brighton 0, Ipswich 0.
Boring, boring, boring.
Yeah, not the most exciting game, to be fair, but I'll say what I have to say. In the first half, I thought we grew gradually into the game, despite being the better team for basically the entire 90 minutes. Had some good moves involving Belieber, but didn't really create that many chances. So, just from memory, Welbeck had a header that he did well to get on target, to be honest, and Belieber had a shot that was saved, but our main chances did fall to Mitoma. Despite him being probably the one player on the pitch you'd want the chances to fall to, he was unable to convert. Firstly, some really nice passing moves, and then Mitoma, rather than shooting, had a first touch that Harvey Weinstein would be proud of rather than shooting. Then, after a good attempt from Rutter, rebound fell to Mitoma, who just hits it straight into Muric. Ball falls to him again, hits it straight in Muric again, which was a bit frustrating, to be honest, because I would expect someone like Mitoma to bury that. Muric did have a good game, to be fair, probably trying to exercise some of those demons he got from the last time we played him and he sent Burnley down. But yeah, that's pretty much the entire first half. I think Ipswich did have a shot as well, but the guy was miles offside, so does it even count? Right, then in the second half.
But I went with the young lad at Ipswich, Liam Delap. It's my 10th best striker in the league.
10th best striker in the league, Liam Delap, apparently. He did manage to create a pretty good chance for Ipswich, though, to be fair, basically on his own by sprinting past Van Hecke, but did hit the post. So, what's the point, really? Kadioglu made his debut and did this immediately after coming on. Luckily, Ferdy is able to get back and put enough pressure on Amari Hutchinson, so he rushes the shot, so it's an easy save for Verbruggen. Thank God. Can you imagine the stick he'd have got if they'd have scored from that? I mean, I'd probably given him something, to be fair. We then had some other near misses with an Evan Ferguson strike that went just past the post and a Danny Welbeck free kick that nearly went in. About Evan Ferguson, actually, I did want to say it was nice to see him. He only came on for 10 minutes, but he immediately just took a touch and banged it with the only involvement he had all game. And that kind of reminds me of what Ferguson was like when he was coming through the team in the first place. And so I hope he plays with that confidence again, because that's what really sets him apart as an exciting young player, in my opinion. The Ipswich fans chanting, "You've seen the Ipswich now fuck off home" at 0-0 in the 80th minute may just be the most Tim Pot thing I've ever seen at the Amex, which is saying something. But to be fair, I do remember when we were in that position of just coming up, and any point gained against a non-newly promoted team is seen as a good point because they all add up, right? So I do get it, just rattled me a bit, that. Right, it's time for my man of the match, and I've gone with Carlos Belieber. So he's won 2 out of 3 in the series for me. Thought he was absolutely outstanding, best player on the pitch. His ability to quickly transition from defence into attack really helps us play, and to be honest, everything good we had coming forward came through him. I expect him and Weaver to play together as a midfield too when Weaver's healthy again, so I'm really excited to see how that's going to look. And not man of the match, but another player that impressed me was actually Yasin Ayari. I think I'm probably speaking for most Brighton fans when I say that he's had an impressive start to the season. Got 80 minutes at the Emirates and the full 90 against Ipswich. For someone that didn't exactly have successful loan spells last season at Coventry and Blackburn, I don't think anyone was expecting him to have a big role in the squad this season. But it looks like that's what he's going to have, and I'm excited about it. I think it's going to be really interesting to see where his form and his performances are at in May. I wouldn't be Muppy Magic if I didn't do dodgy player ratings, so here we go. Have a look. Disagree if you want. But in the meantime, I'm going to have a look at what's next for us. And we've got Wolves in the 3rd round of the Carabao Cup. Anyone else getting flashbacks? Nah, fuck that. This is Jason Steele's redemption game. I can feel it. I also weirdly hope João Pedro doesn't play. He obviously got a knock while on Brazilian duty, and I think we really need him against Forest. He scored 2 against them last year, obviously. And we did definitely miss him in that game against Ipswich to help link up the attack and finish effectively. And I'd personally much rather have him fully fit for the Forest game than half fit against Wolves, maybe gets another knock. But for my prediction, I'm saying 1-1, Adingra scoring the goal for us, and then Brighton win on penalties after some big Jason Steele saves. Yeah, that is going to be the end of the video. Let me know what you thought. Let me know who you think should have been man of the match. How you think we did play against Ipswich? Was I a bit harsh on Mitoma maybe? And how do you think we'll do against Wolves? I really appreciate all the support that I get for these videos, so just a like and subscribe would really go a long way. So, we were frustratingly held back by the Tractor Boys, but how will we fare in the start of our cup run against Wolves on Wednesday? Let me know, but I guess I'll see you then.